Welcome back to the World Go channel. I'm your host and self-appointed Go evangelist, James Story. This is lesson 4.4, the life and death of small groups. And this is SIXES, groups with 6 internal liberties. That's 6 free points within inside the group. See if I can get this off here without ruining my stones. There we go. Magic. It's magic, ladies and gentlemen, magic. All right, we're going to look at 4 groups here. This is a straight 6. It's a rectangular 6 in the corner, and this is called a rabbity 6. In the English-speaking world, it's also called the hana, or flower 6, in Japan. Let's look at it first. There's one vital point. It's right here. Okay, now black has 1, 2, 3 liberties. Let's take that out and look at that for a second. Notice if we put a stone in here, we can see that we have a straight 3 with a vital point here and a straight 3 with a vital point here, but it's just the same vital point, isn't it? Also, if we put a stone here, we've got a bulky 5, don't we? 5 internal points, but there's just 1 internal liberty right there. And once again, in the bulky 5, if it's here, then it's a bulky 5 and the vital point is there, right? Still the same vital point, right? Okay, so if white gets there first, bingo, all right? Now that group is dead as it stands. Black can use it a little bit for a co-threat. They can play here, and if white just took a ko, then they play here. And if white connects the ko, then black simply plays here, and now they have 2 eyes, don't they? However, this is a really big group, and pardon me, and white is probably going to want to kill this black group and not connect the ko, so they're going to probably play down here. And this then would be, this is dead as it stands. Even if black gets to come in here and capture all of these stones, right, it's what? It's only 1 eye. Yeah, sad indeed. Okay, so let's go to the next one here. This is easy to understand. This is a straight 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's straight. Notice black can make 2 eyes by playing here, 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 or even here. So there's 4 different places. Whoops, 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 places that black can play to make 2 eyes. If white, let's say black takes the ko and white plays here. Let's say they don't have any other ko threats on the board. They can play there if they want. Not a great move, but it's okay. If they don't have any other ko threats, they might think of that. Black fills the ko. At another time during the game, white plays here, or let's say black takes the ko, white wants it back, but white has no ko threats. White could play there. Black would fill the ko. They can still ignore this. But now white, do they have a ko threat here? No, they really don't, do they? Because they can get here. If black plays here, they have 2 eyes, right? If white gets here, well, this is a SECI situation, isn't it? If black plays either of these points, it's self-atari. But if white plays one, black is happy to capture. And now they have a straight 5. And notice black can play here, here, or here and make 2 eyes. So probably for white to play here as a co-threat, and then here, and then here, and then finally play there. Notice they have to kind of play 3 moves there before they even get a decent co-threat. That's probably really asking too much, and white's probably just throwing stones to black, and white should play somewhere else and make something else happen on the side of the board, because this is pretty hopeless over here. All right, now let's go to the rectangular 6 on the side. It's similar to the corner, but the corner is similar to it, but it's a little different. Notice there's a vital point, straight 3 with a vital point here, another straight 3 with a vital point here, so we have 2 vital points, right? So this is not an urgent move for black. If white plays one of the vital points, black simply plays on the other vital point. Now if white goes this way, black comes back and creates 2 eyes, don't they? Same way as if white goes this way, black comes over here and creates 2 eyes, an eye and an eye. So if white plays underneath here, on one of the vital points, black just takes the other one. Notice if white plays this vital point instead, then black plays this one. If white dodges this way, black can play there and create 2 eyes. If white plays here, black can play here and make two eyes. So this is kind of the same shape flipped this way, or the same shape flipped this way, isn't it? So this doesn't help white at all. They're going to leave this. If black takes a ko, though, white can use this as a ko threat. They can play one of these vital points, right? If black fills the ko, white then comes down and plays the other vital point. And now they have to be a little bit careful on how they capture these stones, though. Let's say that black threatens to capture the surrounding white stones. In this situation, obviously, that's impossible because white has a number of eyes, right? They're all one big group. But if black could threaten to capture these surrounding stones, then white would have to throw in stones here to capture. And they want to do it by making what's called dead shapes. All right, that's a rectangle, bent 3. That's a dead shape, isn't it? Here's a pyramid 4. That's a dead shape, isn't it? And what I mean by dead shape is if black could capture this, then it'd be white's turn. They could come back in and take the vital point, couldn't they? So if white gets to play 2 moves in a row, they can capture this. They can play there. They can play a bent 4, bent 3 here, or a bent 3 here, or one over here, or one over here. All right. If black tries to get kind of tricky, white doesn't want to play this shape, do they? Because that's a zigzag 4. That's a live shape. If black is to capture this, then black has 2 eyes, don't they? Oops. Because remember, bent 3 of the vital point here, bent 3 of the vital point here. If white takes one of the vital points, black simply plays the other, don't they? If white plays on this vital point, black plays the other. And once again, they have 2 eyes. So this rectangular 6, white's going to leave it alone. They're going to use it for a ko threat. There's one ko threat. Black plays here. All right. Here's another ko threat. Black needs to play here. All right. If they don't, let's say they fill the ko, white plays here. And now this group on the side is seki. White cannot approach either place because black will capture, and vice versa. If black plays either of these, white will capture. Okay. If so this is a seki. White doesn't want to throw in because black will take, and when they take, then it's a bent 4, isn't it? And a bent 4 is a live shape. It has 2 vital points, right? So if black gets to here or gets to here, they make a live shape. So once again, if white gets to play here and here, then they want to keep throwing stones in. If black is starting to surround their surrounding stones, they can keep throwing stones in. They want to make these dead shapes, not a zigzag 4. No, not a lightning bolt 4. Nope. Pyramid 4, bulky 5. Black captures. White comes back and hits the they hit the vital point, don't they? Okay, so there's 2 vital points on this rectangular 6 on the side. Now let's go to the corner over here. Let's pretend that it's on the side, in which case we would have some points out here, and black would have stones out here. Because this is going to make you see what I'm trying to explain to you a lot easier. If white plays here, for example, on one vital point, black just plays the other, don't they? Now if white comes to here, all right, black simply plays this move here, and they have this big black group has 2 liberties, doesn't it? So it's not suffocated and it doesn't come off the board. Notice white can't play here. That's a self-capture move, and white can't play there. That's a self-capture move. But remember, in the corner, black doesn't have these stones. Now this is different. Remember, it's white's move. White could play here and capture these stones, couldn't they? Ouch. So when you have this rectangular 6 in the corner, this is really the kill point for white. White plays the vital point, black plays here, white comes down here, and black cannot play there because it's Atari. If white needs to follow this up and capture these stones, for example, let's say black's going to surround these stones, not going to happen in this situation, but if black's going to threaten to capture these stones here that surround, if they threaten to capture the white stones that surround the black stones, then white can play Atari. And wherever black plays there, white captures, black plays here, white captures, right? All right, so if it's black's turn, they need to play one of these 2 points. Okay, doesn't matter which one. White plays the other vital point, black simply plays here, don't they? Now they have 2 eyes. But notice, even now, white has a co-threat, don't they? They play here, they put this black group in Atari, and black would have to pick up. So if black took a co, white could play here and throw in and have a big co-threat. In which case, once black gets to here, white doesn't want to play this. They want to save this for a co-threat. Because remember, if they get here, right, and then they get another move, they come down to here, and black can't go there. So in this situation here, once black plays here or here, white would wait and use this as a co-threat. So here's one co-threat. Now let's say black plays here. Now white gets to retake the co. Let's say that white then, black rather, found a good co-threat, and white had to respond to it, and black retook the co, and now it's white's turn. So they're going to play here and play an Atari, and that's their co-threat, and then black would probably capture here, depending on how big the other co-threat is, right? But or the co-fight's worth, but black would probably play here and capture those 2 stones. Notice it doesn't matter if black plays here or here. It's going to be the same thing here, here, because you have the same shape, it's just flipped over this way. Here, here. White throws in for a co-threat, and black captures. Right? So in this situation here, black definitely wants to play one of these 2. All right? If it's white's turn, they definitely want to play there. And now this black shape, once again, we'll go through it, is dead as it stands. Black can't play there because of Atari. If black doesn't play anything, white plays Atari, and white can capture if they need to. However, let's go back and say, let's say that black actually has an outside liberty here. All right, now if white plays here, this doesn't work. Black takes the other vital point, white comes down here, and just in the same scenario we just saw, but now black can play here because this is not Atari, because they have 2 liberties, don't they? So in this case, when black has an outside liberty, and it's white's turn, they don't play this move, they play this move. They play the 1-2 point. All right, so that's one of the vital points. Now black plays the other. All right, and now white comes to here, right? Because if black gets to there, they definitely got 2 eyes, right? So white plays there, and now black can throw in, say, Atari, and white gets to start the co. But notice, this is not an Atari, right? If white had a stone here, this would be an Atari, and it would be a big threat, and black would have to find a big threat. But it's not. So black can connect the co, in which case when white plays here, black captures. And now we have a bent 4 in the corner. We still have an outside liberty here, right? And when white plays here, black can play here. White captures the they capture the co first, but black can't. Even though they have this outside liberty, they can't ignore that, because if white gets to this position, notice they'll have a bent 3 in the corner. Somebody's eventually going to fill in there, white. All right, and then it's Atari, and then black captures, and then white comes back in and plays the vital point to the bent of the bent 3, don't they? So in that case, come back to here. White would play here. Black would play there. White would play here. They don't want to play here, remember. That gives black 2 eyes. So they come here to rob black of 2 eyes. And black starts the co. White plays first. Okay. Then black can find a co-threat that white has to respond to, and then play here. And then they have to play here again. But notice, this is still worth it for white, even though they lose, because they get 2 co-threats, so they get to move. They get to have 2 moves in a row at the end here, right? Because white is here, black takes, white gets to play somewhere, black ignores that, and then black plays here, and then white gets to go again. All right, so that is the life and death of small groups in that series. This is with SIXES. I hope you enjoyed that. If you liked what you saw, give me the thumbs up, please. Don't forget to subscribe so that you'll be notified when we get new videos out here. Also, if you want to leave any comments, you have any questions, please don't hesitate. We always like to see those. Thanks again for watching the World Go channel. See you next time.